All right, welcome back to the stream. I forgot to tell you guys this. We are actually multi-streaming today to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Now that Twitch has lifted those bans, I no longer have to worry about porting over from Twitch. It is now going directly to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, which is awesome. So Twitch actually made a good move there.
Yeah.
So we're back, session 19 of Texas Rising. Last session, the guys went out and, they made their way to Waco finally, and they picked up I think you were on the medical, the medical recovery. Ran into some robots and such, and I'm going to double check the audio right now because I remember last time I forgot to put voice chat onto the stream. So last stream has a lot of technical difficulties. You have one side of the conversation. Today you got both sides, looks like. So, yeah. So, last week, a little bit of shenanigans with the Protectrons. You now have 2 Protectrons in tow. You still got to work out if you're going to, what you're going to do with them, how you might handle the recharging of them at some other point, because you currently don't have a way of transporting the Protectron's charging station. But you do have the medical supplies. You're able to get hold of all those, and you're on your way back to Waco proper from the outskirts. So, you guys, are you planning just to go directly to turn in the mission, or do you have other things in mind?
Turn in the mission was all I was thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know if we really want to take these robots into any kind of situation where they get damaged. So we should probably go back to Waco and see if the doctor can utilize the droids. Excuse me, the robots.
The robots. Yes, the fair difference between the two things.
Yeah.
All right, so the medicine cache scripting, let me pull that back up here. All right, so you make your way back. You get there. He is overjoyed at seeing the medicine. He's quickly stashing it away, and he sees the Protectrons, and he's pleased to see them, and he inquires, what are you gonna do with the Protectrons?
So I pull out his card that we made for him, and I hand it to him and say, "Looks like you're the lead doctor of the clinic. We got you some help."
Oh, that's mighty nice of you. And he reaches out and takes the ID card.
I think you got to stand in front of it or something. One time he almost walloped me because I didn't show him my card. See, I'm the admin, and he's what I give you? Oh, head security. That's right.
Yeah. He takes the card and he swipes it, in front of the Protectron's sensors, ocular sensors, and they begin to respond to him. And he starts pointing them in different directions, having them help him secure things. And then he says, "Well, is there any other way we can program them, or because I know these things were kind of complicated back in the day."
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got some paperwork that came with it, and I'll pull out the paperwork and the CD that goes with them.
Okay.
Or the whatever
holotape.
Yeah, there we go.
He'll take the holotape, and then he'll go around the corner somewhere, and you hear a computer boot up. He plugs it in, and then he types in some things, and the Protectrons kind of just pause what they're doing for a moment, and then they begin resuming their process, and it seems like they may have gotten some kind of update.
You seem to know where they're going.
Yep, they know where they're going.
While he was doing that, I would like to, like try to pay attention to what he's doing. Not that you have to go through any of that, but I'm gonna start improving my science. So this is a way for me to role play that.
Okay. Give me a... Close that down so I can set the difficulties here. Because he went around a corner, and so in order to see what he's doing, you would also need to follow him. So give me a perception. The difficulty is set at 2.
So just straight up perception, or
right. I have
I guess
many
science,
systems in my head.
science
do
and
science.
perception.
Yeah, science
Okay,
and perception.
All right. Got it.
I just, I have too many game systems floating around my head, and perception.
No, I
is
totally.
so
Yeah,
low.
this is like the skill sets are interesting. So yeah. So my target number was 6. I didn't get any successes. So, and I'm not gonna luck it. So
Okay. All right. So you get around there, and he's he doesn't make any attempt to hide anything from you or anything like that, but he's just the way he's doing it. He's operating this computer very fast.
right, yeah, probably too quick for me to really understand what he's doing. Yeah.
That, and the corner that he's got the computer in is kind of very cluttered. So you also find it difficult to really get a good position to get a good view of the monitor. So you mostly just miss everything. You recognize the default Robco logo and the ANSI that comes up, but beyond that, you couldn't catch any other commands that was going in there.
Wow, you must have had some experience doing some stuff like this.
This computer's been here for years. It was recovered from another medical facility at some point in time, so it had guides and everything on how to program the protectrons, but I've never had any until now. I've still got to figure out how to charge them up at some point.
Yeah, those things are kind of big. Might need a couple stronger, mechanic or something to come in there. I don't know. Yeah, that was a little bit past our pay grade, from what my papa would say.
Well, perhaps now that you've secured, or at least cleared out the protectrons from there, maybe some other salvagers at some point will be able to get in there and recover some of the technology that may still be working.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, take this admin card. That might help you out.
He takes the admin card and is like, oh, all right, thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep the other one just in case we need to get back over there by ourselves.
Okay. Well, here's your pay. It gives you each 150 caps. And just so you guys are aware, you're receiving 500 XP for this quest completion. The original base reward was 200, but because you were able to both recover the supplies and salvage the protectrons, you're getting an additional 300 XP. That has now been awarded to you. Which, if I'm looking at this correctly, has just pushed you guys over the limit, and you're ready to level up. I'll leave it up to you. If you've got a couple other quests that are in progress here, if you've already got an idea of what you're wanting to do for leveling up, then you can, or we can save it for later.
What you gonna do better, Sean? Jack, are you already moving towards that?
He probably is.
Yeah.
Can he hear you? Are you muted?
I'm thinking hard. Sorry.
Thinking hard, the entire world fades away.
All right. I got mine. Put
Mm,
one in science, and then for some reason I thought I had Action Boy, but I did not. So
Hmm.
so yeah, I just went one in science, and then got the Action Boy perk.
All
it's
right.
full.
I think the other one, I forgot exactly which one that was. Let me look at the list. What's that going to be on the quest? Yeah.
Yeah, quests, and you should see. I'm going
Hmm.
to turn off the public on the ones you've completed. Excuse me. And I'll push out the two others that are here in Waco. I'm trying to go, which one are they to go for? So which map do I prepare?
Do you remember which one we were going to do? Was it the farmland or the tech salvage?
I think it was the tech salvage next.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
All right. Tech salvage.
Growing and tough.
You get some more throwing action. Get them grenades going.
Uh-huh.
I want to go grab some more shotgun shells.
Okay.
Uh,
You find on Main Street, there's plenty of vendors. You find the basic weapons vendor. He's got shotgun shells. He's got plenty of those. They will be
gotcha.
the
Lost is 3. Okay.
yeah, the basic cost there. Um, suppose we can do. No, we've done that one a few times now. About that one. Yeah. Got a map for you guys today that is going to knock your socks off.
um, so I'm gonna pick up 100 rounds of those.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine. As long as you got the caps
Right.
for it.
Yeah, I got the cap. Cool.
All right. Let's see. What kind of hostiles will you encounter today?
Do you have a random, or do you know what
Yeah,
you're doing?
I got an idea of what I want it to be, but it is going to be
Gotcha.
from one of the random generators. Yeah, we're going to and it's going to be actually a couple random generators combined together. Oh, did I give you? Yep, I gave you XP for that. Okay, so we're all good there. I think that's good. Maybe some more. We'll go with that one. Yeah. All right. Let's generate that. Anybody on stream is getting a good view of everything you guys are going to be facing today.
Oh, really? No.
Don't be a stream sniper.
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm gonna go stream snipe.
Let's rename these for today's event. This is
BRB.
Okay. Tech salvage run. So it's the Waco tech salvage run. All right, got them all added there, and now we can add them here. Just stack them up over here just in case I need them again. All right, that's ready. Jack, is there anything that you're going to purchase while in town?
Not that I can think of.
Alrighty.
All right, so give me just 1 minute here. I am placing some tokens down. So the place that you're going to, according to the map that you have been given when you accepted the job, is once again it's on the outskirts of Waco, but it is. Why is that there? Sorry, I just got totally distracted. It's a old like military outpost or military reserve base that's of course no longer in use. It's got very high walls around it, and in general just hasn't really been explored all that much since the Great War. So nobody really knows exactly what to expect from it. There are noises coming from it all the time of different things. Nobody really knows what it is. Some people say, well, it's haunted. Others just say, well, it's whatever creatures have decided to move in there is all you're hearing. So different things like that have been reported. That is the general gist that you're able to pick up in town when you ask about the location. Is there anything in particular that you would like to do before heading out?
Check. Okay, I got stim packs. All right. Take my stim packs before we go. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So I am now going to, or Jack, anything else? I know I asked you once already, but I just don't check it.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. There's the map. The signs on the roads, the signs that remain, refer to this location as Raven Watch. Ignore the fact that I have all levels on there. That's GM notes, really. It is, as I said, a former military base. It's got a layout as such on the map there. I think you should see the whole map, right? All the lighting turned off.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything right. Oh, it took a. I was a lag.
Oh,
Sorry.
It was being slow.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Nice location, though.
wonder why it's been slow. I don't have any dynamic. Anyway.
It's probably my side. It's probably my side. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, this is still an older refurb. So
Yeah. All right. So as you can see, you have a northern entrance and a southwestern entrance. Coming from Waco, the easiest path for you is going to be the southwestern entrance because that's where it's located on Waco. It's on the upper northeast outskirts of Waco. So the southwest entrance is the one closest to you. However, should you desire, you could choose to keep your distance and make your way around to the northern entrance if you wish. At this point, you're just looking at maps that you found. You're not quite there yet. It's not quite in sight yet. This is kind of like others that have tried potentially to go there, but have always backed out at the end. This is the information you have based on that.
Okay.
I'm wondering. I see the water source on the west.
On the west.
I mean, excuse me, on the east. My apologies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Could we come in from that? Well, is that also toxic? The green is that? Is that
green? The green is very much like toxic. Like that's where you've only ever seen that kind of green water when it's been full of the radiation barrels.
Gotcha. Yeah, something's leaking. Okay.
The other water route there, without getting to the location, you don't know for sure, but you imagine it probably is, dirty water. It's still going to affect you radiation wise, but not as bad as the green one.
Okay.
But there's still no guarantee that either one of those would actually allow full access past the walls.
Right. That's outside of coming in from the south. Slash would point out, the water, and wonder if you want to give that a try, or what do you say, Jack?
Not necessarily the best swimmer in the world.
All right. And I don't really want to get around the toxic stuff anyhow, personally. So I guess we'll come in the south. Okay. Unless you have something else to say there, Jack.
Well, aside from the possibility of getting shot half to death and taking a dip, I don't think there's much use for the green water here.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to. Yeah, it's a non-option. I wouldn't mind the dirty water, but the chem water, no. That being said, I think just coming, trying to see what the west door has to offer.
All right. I had to add a couple more things to the encounter list here. All right, so coming in through the south. Let me drop you guys there. Get Bane in there. Get Betsy. And Jack. All right, we're going to go and turn back on all the line of sight stuff. So as you approach, yeah, sorry, I was dropping from a bird's eye view. I did not have squares directly. As you approach, you hear from the facility, nothing like overly loud, but you do hear the low hum of some kind of machinery that is still running. Animals have pretty much vacated this area. You don't see any of the typical wildlife here. No birds, no small creatures, no large creatures either that are of the wild persuasion. And you imagine it's probably because of where this machinery is that is running. As you approach closer, you can see there are, I can't ping, I'll have to do it like this. These blue lines that you see with the posts in between, some kind of laser fence is in operation still.
So they've got power. Okay.
Is there, whatever you guys would like to try now.
So can we see the door area there? Is there any interface from our position that we can see?
That you can see? No. Not from where you're at. You'd have to get closer to be able to see. For sure.
All right.
Your current angle and just your distance from it is like, yeah, not quite enough to be able to see past it.
Gotcha. Is there a defense action?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. So like, in other game systems, instead of making it an attack action, you can make a defense action, and it makes it harder for you to be hit. I was just wondering if there's something like that for Fallout. Instead of taking a, I know like taking cover is one thing, but I didn't know if there's anything like that in Fallout.
I think there is. Pull up the reference manual here.
Sorry to get on a slight tangent, but I figured I'd try to take a defensive posture and walk towards the door.
Yes, so you have a major action called defend. So it would be instead of attacking, instead of commanding, instead of assisting and everything. Can I share this out? I don't think I can share that out.
So how's that read?
I'll read it to you in just a second.
Sure. Yeah.
Modules, Fallout 2D20, and then reference manual.
Module.
And then you can also drag that down into the bottom bar where it has the numbers 1 through 10 or whatever. And then that creates it as a shortcut that you can always click on and pull it up. So defend, you focus on protecting yourself. Make an agility and athletics test with a difficulty equal to your current defense. If you succeed, add +1 to your defense. For 2 action points, add an extra 1 to your defense.
Okay, so while you're taking the defense action, if you use 2 action points, you add another defense right off the rip, and then you can take the roll. Or am I reading that? Actually, do you have to succeed on the roll?
You have to succeed
to
first.
add? Got it. All right. And what was that roll again? I'm sorry.
Agility, athletics.
Agility and athletics. Okay, no athletics, but I got an 8 in agility, so that's not too bad. So you can add 1 to your defense if you succeed, and then if you succeed, you can spend 2 AP to add another.
Correct.
All right. And what's the do you just the target number is not the target number, but the amount of success is your current defense. Okay. All right.
Yeah, difficulty is your current defense.
All right. Thank you. Difficulty. There we go. That's the word.
As you guys are sitting back there trying to figure this out, you do notice a bit of a shine, metal reflection, light reflecting off the metal on the top of the gate.
Okay.
I'm adjusting NPCs at the same time you guys are moving here. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's shine. Do you have any idea what that might be, Jack?
Shiny metal, shiny metal, shiny metal.
Yeah, because I'm not. The player and the character are drawing a blank. Outside of maybe some metal of some sort, but
it's moving around,
Sensor.
lumbering.
So you think? Oh, okay. So could I assume then that there's some kind of protectron of some sort moving around or something like that?
That sounds about right.
Okay. So just to let you know, I am taking the defense action.
Okay. What is your current defense?
1. So I get we don't have to roll, I guess, every round unless you want to, or when it becomes needed.
No, we're rolling every round.
Okay. All right. So that was agility and athletics.
Yep. Agility, athletics. So right
Okay,
now,
so I got
one success. Yeah, so you succeed. You can add 1 to your defense. Your defense is now 2, and if you don't have action points, so
right.
So your defense is now 2. We will let that stand. So this is the first round technically, even though we're not in rounds. So we'll let that stand until combat starts, and it'll be good for your first full round in the combat track.
All right. Okay.
Alright, and I'll do the same, and my defense is the same, so.
Okay. Just remember, guys.
Yeah.
Because this stands for the first full round of the combat tracker. You do not have an attack in that first round without spending action points.
Yes.
Understood.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Failed.
Jack, you do not get your defense. So you've attempted to defend instead of doing any kind of attack, and but you think you're defending. We'll go with that.
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm probably better off trying to sneak.
As you get closer, the object up top, I guess you guys can't actually see that. I thought I had the walls set up correctly. It's the doggone door making it hard to do this. All right, hold on. I'm going to see if I can correct that. Drag that backwards like that. Put it there. Put that there. This one can go away.
Okay.
That can go away. And then bring this in. Bring. Still not exactly
That's-
how I want it, but
I see something up there. Protectron 1?
yes. And when you see it, as you're getting closer, you can tell that this one here is not painted at all the way the medical ones were.
Okay.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Can we tell that if it notices us? Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay.
Not shooting. what was that, Jack? It's not shooting at us.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were shooting. It's I'm shooting. I thought that's what you said. So that's why I started laughing.
All right.
I'm going to try something here. I think I can just get rid of this door and the terrain. The other terrain will handle what I needed to do. All right. Let's see, from your perspective, need a... Yeah, there we go. Okay, now that works. Okay, so Betsy's going off into the mountainous, rough terrain area there.
Yeah, she's kind of getting behind. That looks like it's an upcrop, so I figured that right there, another step or so would basically just kind of put her, a little bit in cover.
Okay.
Just until we figure out what's going on. So.
Yeah.
Trying not to put her in direct. Trying not to put her in direct line of fire. So.
Right. Yeah. As you get closer, the hum that you've been hearing, you now realize that it is coming from this fence. It's not necessarily coming from inside the facility. It is the laser fence itself that is giving off that constant hum.
Okay.
Maybe silly. I'm gonna pick up a rock and toss it at the fence.
All right. Give me. Well, we'll do this as a minor action. We're still going to use your throwing, but it'll be a minor action because you're just like, seeing what's out there.
Yeah.
All right. The rock flies, hits the blue laser. I forgot to mention it's like 4 layers of this laser.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's how it was. Yeah.
So it hits one of those 4, and just like an explosion, it shatters. Oh, you know what? Sounds like this.
Oh.
Minus a lot of the echo. And you are peppered with rock shrapnel. Nothing to damage you. You
Yeah.
picked up a fairly innocuous rock.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's loud and not conducive to life.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what kind of fence it was. Oh well, golly. Hey, Jack, watch out for the fence.
Yeah.
Please step into the open and identify yourself. Law-abiding
Oh.
citizens have nothing to fear.
Yeah, that's us. We're heroes.
Heroes?
Yeah. Well, we work for the. Oh, we're not supposed to talk about them.
So as you hear that voice, it has the same cadence and, of course, the vocalization that your recent encounter with the medical protectrons had. But it has a bit more of an aggressive tone and wording with it. And it is, of course, coming from the protectron atop of the scaffolding or of the gate in front of you. It is now fully facing you with its arms, which you now see has weapons on them, facing your way.
Hey, I'm his assistant, and he's the security officer for the local medical clinic here in Waco. We need assistance.
Okay, so roll the eyes and hold out the badge if it helps.
Okay.
Roll with that one, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just pulled that one out.
Law-abiding citizens, please leave the area.
I look at Jack. You think he's talking about us?
There's nobody else here.
Please describe how you're carrying your weapons.
Slung.
Well, yeah, mine was slung because I was in a defensive posture.
Okay.
I should have said that beforehand, but
No, it's fine.
I was more concerned about dodging than shooting back. You can't help us out. He's got bad radiation.
Law-abiding citizens, please leave the area.
Start to head back.
Okay. Slash.
Yeah, sorry.
You'll do?
Repositioning the map there, and I guess I'll tell Betsy to come on up here. Come on, Betsy.
Okay. And
Area secure. All clear. And the robot returns to its patrol.
Now what do you want to do?
Do you want to take a swim?
Well, we can look at it if nothing else.
We sure can.
So I guess we're gonna mosey around and try not to get into the green stuff.
All right. I'm going to hold on. Stop. That's a long way around, so I'm just going to drag your token.
Yeah.
Okay. I was.
There's unless you guys want to go up and touch the fence, there's nothing
Nah.
No.
really do on the way over.
Nah.
All right, so you arrive. You get around to the corner. You find the green river, a little mini stream coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You see up where it's coming from the wall that it's not a breach in the wall. This was built by design to alleviate whatever inside this facility is creating this radioactive waste. It was by design created this way. The water is running just under the electric or the laser fence, and in the wall itself, it is coming through a grate that, despite the years and the radioactive waste coming through it, the grate looks in pristine order. You don't feel like you could really do anything to this particular one. Not that you're wanting to go through the radioactive water, but this particular one looks like it's almost freshly installed. As you observe the stream itself and where it goes down, pulls up into a small lake, a very small lake, you begin to notice several skeletons around the water, both at the lakeside and on the stream side of things. It looks almost as if some of these creatures might have been coming to try and drink from it and died while drinking. As you get closer, you begin to notice more than just the skeletons. There are some fresh corpses as well, and they were definitely had bent down to try and drink some water and died in the process.
Hey, Bane, stay away from that. Don't be drinking.
Right, so
I guess we can hurdle the stream. Jump over it, excuse me.
yeah. Probably not a good idea for most of us to touch it.
Okay. It's going to be strength and athletics. This is not a simple hop and a skip. This is going to be a run and jump. Betsy is not going to be able to make it.
All right. So, that looks like it's going. Okay. All right.
The image doesn't quite do it justice to how wide it's supposed to be.
Gotcha. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I guess if it's 5 foot gap, at least it's not easy to do. Guess I just put Betsy over here.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put myself there as the start of my run and jump.
All right. Go and roll the strength athletics. The difficulty is set at 2.
But heavy?
2.
2?
2.
Yep.
Oh, no. I don't know if I could do that. You said strength and athletics? I mean, my target number is 5. That's a 25% chance of...
Do it.
Hold on. Do I have anything?
Nope.
Just so you guys know, just so you know that there are no less than 12 potential ways to get into this facility. And at least 3 of them are on the side of this radioactive river that you're on already.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know, I'm not railroading you to jump over this river.
No. Could we go around it?
So if you want to go around it, you would have to basically exit the area that the facility is in, and you'd be going back out into the quote unquote the proper wasteland, and you run the
Right.
chance of running into another encounter on your way back in to completely navigate around this because of the hills and the mountains. This place was not built to be easy to get to, so
I
getting
gotcha.
access to it outside of the actual initial roads is going to be difficult.
Welcome to Perfection Valley.
What?
Yeah. Uh, I'm scared, Jack. I don't know if I can make that.
So let's see if Bane can make it then.
Oh, poor Bane.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he's got a target number of 10.
Bane
Okay.
makes it.
Well,
Show off.
watch your dog jump around once or twice.
Hold on.
Bane should have been a guinea pig instead of a dog at this point. Go test it out, Bane. See if you can make it. All right.
I was trying to see. I haven't. Characters. There we go. Betsy. Give me. Inventory. Is there anything in here?
So, Jack,
Yeah.
since you had Bane do all that, you had a moment there. Roll survival.
Straight?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Okay.
sorry, survival with perception.
Yeah, okay. Hello.
Hey, got yourselves an action point at least there, bringing difficulty back up for 2 for the jumping. So Jack, given your current state of being, you of course you feel the radiation coming from the water. You feel it; it's there, but it's not enough to kill even something as small as Bane. And yet, littered across this riverbed, or the shores of this little river, are creatures Bane's size, smaller and larger, both in various states of decomposition. But you're fairly certain that the radiation levels in this water is not enough to have done that.
Okay. So look at Slash and say, well, it's not the radiation that'll kill you, it's something else.
I was wondering, can I take some junk and make a pole vault or a bridge, ladder bridge or something? I do
Okay.
have repair.
Pick one. Either I have an idea for both of them, and I
Gotcha.
will handle it mechanically. But I'm
All
not
right.
going to reveal that to you because you'll pick the easier one. So,
Well, mechanically, I'm assuming a pole vault might be easier. A bridge going over a large gap has to be sturdy enough and such. So I do know bridge technology is much harder than just making a pole. Yeah, I think a ladder over a large area might be weaker. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a pole vault
okay.
and
Go ahead.
something to assist me, in my running, using my not just my legs, but maybe my arms, and kind of help me, you know, um, stick in the ground, and then kind of shuttle up, and then jump off of that. So hopefully the difficulty will drop or something, or I can use. I guess I'd still have to use strength and agility. But go ahead.
It's still going to be strength and agility, and it's going to be unless you build. I don't see a way of building something that you would just stick in the ground and then climb up it and go across. You wouldn't be able to put something
Oh
in the
no,
ground deep
more like
enough.
more like a pole
So
vault.
you're
Run.
talking like actual pole vaulting.
Yeah,
Okay.
pole vaulting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that you can do.
Okay.
And so I need the following
Okay.
information from you. What do you have that you're going to make it from, or are you going to look for something just in the area to try and make it from?
Gotcha. Well, I have 36 pieces of junk.
Okay.
And I've got like a harness I can use to, maybe wrap some of this stuff up.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, the
Yeah,
junk will be enough.
Okay, all right.
I'd forgotten that you guys had junk, but this is a
And I've
perfect
got like
time to use it.
23 tire irons.
Well, stick one of
I
those
have
on the electric
23.
fence and see what happens.
No, I've got 23 tire irons. So I need something sturdy. But anyhow,
All right. So it's going to be to make this pole vault
Mhm.
pole, and with your current knowledge of everything that's going on, the current observations that you've made, it is going to be a repair test. The difficulty is 1. So a repair skill check, please.
Okay. Do we want agility, intelligence,
Just
plus
the
repair?
default that repair is on
Got it. So the default
is
is
intelligence.
okay.
All right, you've succeeded. You've earned yourself another action point. You now
Okay.
have a pole for vaulting this area. You have mostly used, or I'm sorry, you subtract 10 junk. That's what it took to make this.
Sounds great.
And you now have a pretty sturdy, like you feel like, after, using it as a pole vaulting device, you could even be a pretty decent spear or pole arm.
Mm-hmm.
More spear. It's a bit long for a pole arm, but could be used as a weapon later on as well. It's pretty sturdy and solid, made of the materials you had at hand, so a lot of metal in there, and it's ready to go. Now, before you go and use it, Jack, I see that you have placed a movement across the river. Are you going to take a skill check to jump?
No.
He's waiting for me first.
No, he's thinking it's radiation. It's not going to bother him.
Oh, gotcha. He's just
Actually,
gonna
I was
walk.
looking at something on my sheet, and
Okay.
I'm not terribly concerned.
All right. Tell me what it is.
Immune to poison.
Immune to poison. Okay. I can see where you go with that's where you went. All right. So we're gonna do this. Let's see, it's gonna be an athletics check. The difficulty is now 3.
Okay.
Roll. I'm sorry, hold on. Athletics is on strength by default.
Uh-huh.
Switch it to agility.
Okay, well, still.
That's a little bit better for you, but all will become clear.
And you can use an AP for an extra.
Yep.
He
I
was
He
already
did.
there. He was already there. Okay. Whoa.
No, no. This is gonna hurt.
You have luck.
Yep.
Up to you.
So I can do 2d20 with that? Or just the one?
Just one per luck.
Okay. So,
What is that athletics perk you got? The mine one. Does it do anything about the mines? Stepping, something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
light step?
Yeah. Does this give you anything for athletics checks in addition?
When you roll to generate any complications on agility-based skill tests, you may ignore one complication. So
complications.
So, no
if you
Got
roll
it.
a
Okay.
complication,
So-
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Right.
I knew it had something in there. I just couldn't remember what it was.
All right, Jack. Looks like you spent 2 luck. You rolled
Oh!
2. All right, so target number is 8. What is
2 out of 3 is, well, I don't have that tagged, so that's not a
Yeah.
crit.
Not a crit, so you now have 2 of 3. Okay, so still a failure.
Mm.
All right, here's the bad news. You're getting hit by the current that is flowing through this water because it is touching the electric fence every now and then.
Okay. Ow, that would explain it.
The fence, I've been calling it electric and laser. It's a mixture of both. It sends out both things. The laser is what is consistently there, and then other things that touch it, especially conductive materials, and electrical currents go through, which is less damaging than the actual laser itself. Less damaging being 10 dice. So take 11 damage minus any resistances that you have for energy damage.
What's that? Gonna hurt?
But you've got 3 resistance on your legs there.
Okay, well, so that's
Makes it
8.
8, yeah. Math is hard. All right. So you're at 8 wounds. Put it on the wound like that.
Now I'm trying to find where it'll do, because
hit points on the right.
just so. Okay, that's done.
All right. And you stumble out to the other side, shaking, shocked. You've never quite felt anything like that before. It reminds you somewhat of touching electric fences from before the war when you built them to try and keep a dog in a yard, or some of the more stronger electric fences that were to keep horses or cows in the yard. But this was just something on another level.
Ouch. Yeah.
So Slash.
Yeah.
So we should have clarified this beforehand. We're going to roll a d20. I think.
I was gonna put it in the water.
Yeah, you were going to put it in the water.
I'm just telling you right now. I was gonna put it in the water. So I wasn't thinking about electrical.
Yeah.
So
the d20 now is like, are you doing your vaulting at the same time Jack is going through? And so does he get through and be able to warn you, or are you both getting hit at the same time? So odd is you're going through at the same time. Even is he got through first. And it is odd.
All right.
So you're going to have to do the same athletic. Oh, ow. Never try to eat a microphone. I bumped it right into my face. Change your athletics or choose agility, roll athletics against a difficulty of 3 to see if you're just going to go and take the full brunt as Jack did, or if you can release it before taking the full force. And this is basically a saving throw. Either you're going to take all 10 dice or you can take half.
Yeah.
Are you going to luck any of that?
That's a lot of luck. No.
Okay. 10 damage minus any energy resistance you may have on your arms since you're vaulting.
Right.
So your left arm has 4. You go with the highest one. Your left arm has 4 energy resistance.
So 6 there. All right. Okay. Well, I guess that means I get to use 2 stimpaks.
Now, the trouble is, even as you landed on the other side and you let go of the pole vault, it is still touching the water.
Yeah.
It didn't quite travel out with you. So it's like if you reach down to grab to try and pull it out, you're potentially taking another hit from the shock.
Got it. All right. So I jab 2 stimpaks, 1 in each hand.
All right.
Ow. No, that was hey, you want to grab this pole for me? Well, if we come back this way, well, yeah.
Well, of course, if we do, I'm gonna jump over this stupid thing. Well, now we know what killed the critters.
How you feeling?
Tingly.
Do you have any stimpaks?
Yes.
All right. All right. Guess we'll mosey on over here.
All right. I'll go and drag the rest of you over.
All right.
There you go. As you approach this little stream, of course, it is not throwing out any like super radiation vibes like the last one was. Jack, this one here is as far as your passive perception of radiation sources. This river or this stream is like registers very low on the scale. It's your basic. There's no active radiation source contaminating this river. So it's just your basic dirty water, a little bit of radiation, but mostly the background radiation that has become common after the war.
Okay.
There is, however, like at the previous stream, the dead animals in various states of decay.
Well, I guess that Steve's that idea.
Further up along from where you are, and I will draw a circle to indicate it, right around in this area right there. Can you see the black circle? Okay, it keeps on defaulting to black for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right in there, the ground on your side is actually higher than the ground on the other side of where this river is. So you feel like potentially there would be like an advantage to jumping right in that area. So instead of just jumping straight across, you'd be jumping downward, kind of.
Gotcha. Have we noticed any imperfections or damage to the wall itself?
No. And if you take a closer look at where this one is coming from, irradiated roll.
He's trying to heal himself.
How did you only heal 3 earlier, Jack? You were at 8, now you're at 5? Where'd the 3 go?
That was a Dandy Boy apple and now mutant food meat.
Okay. Cool. So you're activating those things from your inventory, and that's awesome. I love how it's all just integrated and it just works.
I knew what he was doing.
Yeah. It's like, pause the game, eat 16 pieces of cheese to heal up.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to poop later.
No, it's not gonna come. No, that's that cheese. All right. Rabbit trail. So as you're looking at imperfections in the walls, the grate where this stream is coming from also looks to be in an extremely pristine shape, to the point of, like, it's getting consistently repaired. Why can't I choose yes on that? It will not let me select your token. I can't select any.
Interesting.
What has happened? I cannot select any tokens. That is. There we go. There we go. Just had to. Oh, I bet you I was in the wrong area there. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I had I didn't have the actual correct cursor chosen.
Right.
So yeah, you do see some signs of recent repairs. They're very faint. But it's just really hard to tell if it's actually been repaired recently or if this was a repair from long ago and it's just stood up for this long. But there's no obvious damage at this time.
Do we notice any other protectrons? I'm guessing.
Not so far.
Okay. Any turrets or anything?
No, not on this side here. It seems like these particular sides, they were quite confident in the capability of the laser fence.
Yeah.
Although,
I'm not messing with it.
you would guess that the laser fence didn't always, put an electrical current into the water. That seems a little bit counterproductive, but the water levels may have risen over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll make a jump. Because I don't want to go back to the other way.
All right. So the difficulty for this jump, being that you're actually jumping down instead of just directly across, is been reduced to a 1. And it will be your athletic skill.
Agility or strength? I guess strength is the...
For this, it is going to be the strength.
Okay.
Because you are still trying to get across the water. It's just because it's downward, it is less difficult.
Woohoo.
All right, Slash, you have successfully crossed the second string.
Okay. Hey, Jack, you gonna walk through this one?
No.
It's a little easier over here.
So to give you guys a little bit of hinting, since you're on this side and you're dealing with the water, you've discovered things about the fence is throwing out an electrical current. You've already thrown a rock at the fence. It obliterated the rocks, sent the shrapnel flying. The shrapnel came towards you because I'll let you extrapolate there. Keep those things in mind. I don't want to give it away, but I feel like the hints are there. The groundwork is there that because
Gotcha.
you've been asking some of the right questions too about the wall as well.
Well, might as well. Okay. Yeah, wait.
So close.
Okay.
Yes, so far.
Who was that? Was that
That
Bane?
would be your thing, yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ben.
All right. Difficulty of 3. Bane needs to do athletics agility to see if he is able to double jump and get out of the water, or if he's going to take the full force of this.
Okay. Well.
Man.
He probably has some resistance because of the armor. Heck yeah.
11.
Helmet wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's all he's got on, doesn't he?
No.
He's got medium dog armor.
Yeah, he's got the dark armor. Instead of at least a 1 on there.
DR2.
2.
DR2.
So he takes 9.
Resistance. Okay. How many hit points does the dog have?
He's got 17.
Oh, okay, all right.
So he gets out, but he's down below a little bit. He's gonna have to climb his way up out of that little ravine there.
All right. So I'll give him a stim pack. That'd be 4 hit points.
Brings him up to 5 wounds. All right, Jack.
Okay.
Difficulty is set to 1 again.
This is gonna go badly.
Oh, come on. All
right.
Difficulty is at 3 for your evasion. Or saving.
No, that's one
It's the agility athletics check.
Agility athletics.
Can he, before you roll, can he luck one of those?
Oh yeah, he could if he wants to. Could have done that for Bane too.
Could have, yeah. All right. Well, 19.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
And I think
it's
that
a success.
falls. Oh no, you don't have it tagged, so A success.
No.
All right, so you succeed. You get across. All right. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Our adventurers have come up with some ideas on how to deal with events. How would you guys like to proceed with your ideas?
So what were you talking about, Jack?
Well, I have a not inconsiderable supply of frag grenades.
Yeah, I got a handful, I think. Probably from you.
Likely.
I don't see who they are.
So, if we can toss so that the thing bounce a grenade off the wall into the fence.
There we go.
Might be able to do some damage to the wall. Though, how much do we really want to go through and do damage before we get in? Is kind of questionable.
You want to go look at the other door and see what happens over there?
I expect it will be much the same.
Yeah, I could assume it'd be much the same. I'd hate to, run the gambit and then, find out otherwise. But so what do you want to do? Just throw grenades at the wall, or what? Find a weak spot.
In
Or do you
order
want to throw them?
of any weak spots in the wall, though, we're gonna have to take out at least part of the fence. Or find a way to hop over it.
Yeah, how tall is like the fence part?
The electrical or the laser fence?
Yes.
Um, it comes up to about just under your chin.
Okay.
Well, frick.
Are those poles that are redirecting?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could target one of the poles and see if it brings down the fields in that area.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and throw a frag mine at the nearer one.
Don't waste the mine. The mine will
don't
not.
Well, frag grenade, I don't have any mines.
Okay.
I spoke.
All right.
So, oh, this is gonna go badly, but oh, well, good thing all I was trying to do was toss it at the thing.
So you didn't pull the pin?
Okay, well, and does it hit the pole or does it hit the fence?
Ah, odd and even. Odd as pole, even as fence. It hits the pole.
Okay, claim.
Bounces down.
Awesome.
You can recover it.
Yep.
Is a miss on that it does half damage. Is that what it was? Or
Yeah, typically, when you're
okay,
in combat,
that's fine.
yes.
I just want to make sure that we were still okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine. No
Now, this
worries,
is special circumstance.
and that's fine with me. That's fine. I just want to make sure. That's all.
Right, so I'll actually walk up, set the grenade right next to the pole. If the dirt's loose enough, kind of dig it in a little bit. Pull the pin, let go of the spoon, and dart back.
All right. There'll be no attack roll on this one, but there is going to be an athletics endurance check.
Okay.
We're going to put the difficulty at 2.
Alright. Okay.
There we go.
You succeed. You get back. You're outside of the blast range easily by the time it goes off. It does explode. However, aside from making a nice little hole next to the pole in the ground, the pole itself seems to be unfazed.
Okay.
You hear in the distance the cry of some animalistic creatures.
Out in the wilderness,
From beyond the wall inside the facility.
inside. Okay, I got it.
This awakens something in you, Jack. Deep down, the animalistic urge. You feel a connection with something on the other side of this wall through your radiation powers. And you know it to be that there's at least one, if not more, feral ghouls on the other side.
Alright. Okay.
Um,
Okay, dumb question potentially. Was this a prison?
No.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna find a sizable rock, about maybe the size of my head, and I'm gonna like granny toss it, like in between my legs and toss it up. Um, Try to bounce it off the wall and hit the inside of the laser fence. So basically, trying to get the recoil to go towards the wall.
Okay. Hold on. Describe that one more time.
Sure. So in basketball, how you could take the ball and toss it up,
Right. Yeah.
from the granny position kind of thing between your legs, and basically do that. Because I don't think I have enough strength to pick up a big enough, rock like that and toss it.
Rock. Okay.
Um,
And you're trying to get it over the
Laser fence,
laser
hit the
fence.
wall, and bounce back and hit the laser fence from the inside.
Draw me a circle where you're wanting to do that at. Which
Okay.
part of the wall?
Sure. Are there any obvious places that are weak or reconstructed?
Well, like I said earlier, the reconstruction is kind of hard to tell. I mean, you see some areas you
Okay.
think, well, that might look like a patch, but it's all done so well that it's hard to tell. The only obvious spot would be where the water comes through at. But again, it's got a grate on there. It's all looks pristine, but it's like that's the only spot on this wall that actually has a gap in it because it has to let the water out.
Got it.
So if that's where you want to do it at, try and make it hit right there near where the water escapes. Don't worry about drawing, but if it's not where you're targeting, then draw me a little circle where you want to hit.
Um, I don't
Still
know.
there?
Yeah. I guess. Well, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't draw. Drawing. Enter drawing mode. Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Right there. Okay. All right. This is going to be interesting. Um, so you're doing the granny toss. You'll have a difficulty 1 for throwing it, but then you're going to go up to difficulty 3 to try and get away because you're still, even though you're
Yeah,
aiming
I
to get hit
gotcha.
on the inside, you're still got that
All right.
shrapnel that might happen.
Okay. So what? Strength and throwing.
Yeah, strength and throwing to toss it, and then you'll be on athletics agility to get away. All right, so you've successfully tossed it. Now do your athletics agility. Would you like to luck that 18?
Eesh. Might as well. What?
Hey. So that gives
Wow.
you an action point.
I was not seeing that at all.
All right, so
I'll run for the hills, quick.
yeah. You go up to you find a boulder about the size of a basketball or so, but of course it's a rock, so it's much heavier.
Right.
You go and you granny toss it over the fence. It hits the wall. You're able to watch long enough as you're turning to run as it hits the wall that there is no damage to the wall from this rock hitting it, not even a scratch. The paint is still
Right.
pristine. As you turn, just like any action hero movie, you keep on running. You don't look back as you hear the explosion happen behind you, and the impact, the shockwave hits you in the back a little bit because it's larger rock than you threw before. You feel small pebbles hitting you, and then as you get to like the distance and everything has died down, you turn to look, and there is now a fairly sizable baseball-sized dent in the wall.
This
And
might take a while.
and when I say baseball size, about the size of baseball, but it's deep. It is deep. This metal is just kind of like bent and flexed inward with the part that hit there. So there is. You're on the right track. You're so on the right track. Just where's the semi when you need one? Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. So. And of course, even if we do somehow break a hole in the wall, we're going to need to come up with a way to short out the fence. Apparently, there's a force field around the poles or something.
So I'm gonna grab my laser rifle, and I'm gonna try to shoot the pole. That is right there.
Okay.
Okay. Um. It's stationary. It's not trying to hide or anything. So it's a difficulty 0. Unless you don't roll successes, you're going to hit it. So go for it. That is 2 action points for you guys. Do remember all the things that you can spend action points on, such as information. Right after I explain what happens with the laser. You fire your laser, it hits the pole, and just as it hits the pole, you realize, oh, wait a minute, this pole's designed to take in lasers and redirect them in some way. And as you're thinking that, you look at your laser bolt, and it's getting bigger again. And it's like, is it coming back at me? And you now need to do a athletics agility to dodge your laser bolt. You succeed. You spent that action point right away.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna the hand of the GM is going to massage things a little bit here. I would highly recommend that you guys look at your skill lists and like rolling skills to pry more information out of your observation ability, and now that you have a couple of action points, they are spendable on like acquiring information. Yeah. So if you open up your reference manual, obtain information is the technical term, and it requires 1 action point for a single question.
You can spend obtaining information, ascertain the current situation based on your task. GM will answer truthfully, but the answers might not be complete. So when you said the laser bolt was getting bigger, was it just because it was traveling towards me?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
It was just a trope. It was like, that baseball is getting awfully bigger.
Right. I guess. If I had anything, would be: is there a way we could use the water to short out the fence?
Before you spend your action point on asking that question, refine it a little bit, because that question, that's a yes or no question.
Gotcha.
And if that's all you want, that's fine.
All right. So I hear you, Genie. In the bottle.
It's GM in the bottle.
Yep.
I think it's safe to say at this point that probably is something to do with the water. You guys are pretty close on that already.
Yeah.
So it is something to do with the water.
So I guess the refined question would be, what can we do to? How can we use the water to, or the waterway to short out the fence?
So that might be too refined.
Mm.
But I will try. 'Cause I'll take the aspect of it may not be a complete answer.
Gotcha.
Here.
Well, it said might not be complete, so I gotcha.
So the water, as you've already discovered, both by the observation and from a couple of you or both of you on the first river, feeling the effects of it directly, the water is most definitely conducting the electrical power that this laser is putting out. And so, knowing that the wall is also made of metal, and the grate, like the surrounding grate part that is not touching the water, has a very solid connection to the wall, I would be looking in that direction.
Okay.
So I guess maybe construct another javelin spear and see if we can attach the grate to the fence.
Okay.
Now, I will say, also, we're going to spend one of those action
Yeah.
points for
Sorry.
information there. That's all right. Do remember the fence only comes up to about under your chin, so you can actually, if you had a pole, you could reach over and that pole can touch the wall without you having to touch the fence.
So you're saying instead of messing with the fence directly, just touch the wall
Well,
to the water? You're like, no, you didn't get it.
No. All right, so I'm going to use. Oh, you have it, Jack?
I kind of got an idea.
Okay.
Unfortunately, somehow I DX the map.
Oh,
So I was trying to get it back up, and couldn't find it.
there you go. Did it come back up for you?
Yeah, it just took a moment.
All right. I'm going to munch on some Reese's Pieces here while you describe your plan.
Well, first thing is get back over this little bit of water. And using my cloak as insulation, grab the pole vault we already made from the other bit of water. Without one, then come around the other side of this and basically try and toss the pole so that it goes through the fence into the grate. And hopefully, even if it only barely touches, it'll put a shock through and maybe do something.
Close enough. Yeah, that's close enough to what the actual process is. So, getting back across this particular water and retrieving the pole is your only obstacle at this point.
Mhm.
It might be easier to make another one.
The junk is on Betsy, right?
Oh, pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so move over to here since.
Yeah, I was going to say,
With
from
a
where you're at,
crowbar?
you'll be jumping up.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So instead of trying to jump up and out, just try to jump across.
Yep. All right, so you're looking at going back to the difficulty 3 for just jumping across, because again, any touch of the water is potentially harmful. Slash crowbar. While the crowbar has all the metal requirements for this plan, it's not long enough.
Long enough, yeah.
Jack, the difficulty is set and ready for you to make your roll.
Is it a 2 to jump over it?
3. Or you can just take some damage.
Just by the hair, chinny chin chin.
Uh-huh. Ow. This is gonna hurt.
You're taking the damage?
Actually, I'm gonna try and luck those, but
Oh, okay. Go ahead and do the luck then.
yeah, I'm taking that damage.
All right.
That sucks.
Athletics agility to try and save against it. Difficulty of 2. You guys are experienced now. No.
This is gonna hurt.
Hey, that's a lesson.
I'll reduce it to half, so.
Yep. Not bad, not bad. So you get across. Don't worry about moving your tokens down. We're not going to do anything in particular where we need to be on that side of the map. So you can try and use your cloak as an insulator. What kind of cloak do you have on?
Concealing
cloak. And it has...
doesn't seem to have much of in the way of any notable
yeah.
thing, but just it's something more between me and the actual thing.
Yeah, so here's what I'll do. Grabbing the pole is going to be, it's basically going to be the saving throw, athletics, agility. What I'll do is the cloak will give you an additional d20 on that roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll when you're ready. Would you like to luck at all?
I'll luck one of them and the 15.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Excuse me.
Nine minus, well, you're touching with your hands. Do you have any damage reduction on your hands, on your arms? You do have 3, so minus 3.
Okay, so
another 6. Puts you at a total of 9 wounds.
Yep.
All right, so you make it back up here. Slash, Bane, either of you going to be trying to come back across right now?
No, I'm just going to see what happens first.
Okay. How about Bane? Jack?
No, I told him basically lay down and take a minute.
Okay. Poor boy needs to get a little bit of rest in. All right, so you're back up here. So, like I said, your description of what you wanted to do was close enough. What you're actually going to be doing is, like I said, the fence is the poles that are conducting this fence are about just underneath your chin, which means with your arms raised above your head, you can actually take the pole vault that you have and bring it down and let it rest on top of this the curved top of the drain. Okay, you can kind of see that there. It's the brown part sticking out from the fence or the gate.
Yeah.
You can rest it on there. It's pretty stable. And then you can do a drop and run. And the pole is long and the pole vault is long enough to where it will stay on the curved part of the drain. And then the other hand part that you're dropping will then fall on top of the laser fence.
Okay. So,
So-
agility to run.
Yes, athletics, agility to run. Slash and Bane, I guess, will be out of the way. Slash, how close do you want to be? Or do you want to be where you need to run as well? Or do you just want to stay back and let Jack take all the risk here? You're going to stay back and let Jack take all the risk.
Hey.
Right.
So we're going to introduce a little bit of fatigue here because you guys have been dealing with this. You've been taking some damage and healing. So it's time to go ahead and have a little bit of some fatigue happening. So both of you are now taking 1 point of fatigue before this occurs. And I will pull up the reference manual real quick and we will do a quick overview of fatigue. If I can spell it correctly. All right, so fatigue represents the cumulative hindrances that come from deprivation, insufficient food, insufficient water, and insufficient sleep. The strain of disease and exposure to the elements can all inflict fatigue. I think what you guys have been encountering here is, justification enough for a 1 fatigue here, since we're not dealing with food and everything yet. When you have fatigue, it is harder to generate action points, and you lose health points. When you gain action points, you reduce the amount you would gain by 1 for each point of fatigue you have to a minimum of 0. So you can't lose action points because of fatigue, but you just will not generate any. Whenever you begin a scene with fatigue, you lose 1 hit point for every 2 fatigue you have. This is not reduced by any form of damage resistance. You remove 1 point of fatigue at the end of any non-combat scene if you are free from all sources of fatigue, regardless of which ones caused the fatigue to begin with. If you're thirsty and sleep deprived, you will need something to drink and some sleep to start removing fatigue. If you sleep for 6 or more hours, you remove all fatigue as long as you have had no sources of fatigue other than sleep deprivation, which is solved by sleeping, of course, before you start sleeping. So does that make sense? Everybody clear on that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So not directly affecting anything that you're actively doing right now, aside from action point generation. However, if this particular scene continues on, if we're still in this scene next game session, yeah, you'll probably start to feel more of the effects of fatigue. So difficulty is set at 2. Let's go and have that athletics agility roll.
Okay.
You have 1 success. You still have a luck left if you wish to luck that.
Yeah.
Oh, pick.
Gotta be
No
kidding.
joy. All right.
All right. Well, that's
Well, it's going to be different than the electrical or the laser fence, at least. Hopefully, that's better. We'll see. So you drop the pole vault and you turn to run. You hear the telltale sign of it touching the laser fence quicker than you had wanted to hear it. And you feel a sharp pain in your right shoulder before you hear the explosion. And you'll be taking 5 damage dice as a piece of shrapnel. You're not sure if it's from the pole. It could be the other end of the pole that landed on this side of the fence, or it could be from the wall itself. But in any case, it is a very sharp piece of metal shrapnel, dealing 6 damage to your torso. So that's where you should derive your resistance from. You have 4 resistance on your torso for physical damage, so you only take 2 damage. And of course, the explosion rings out. Laser-induced explosion. When you turn around, you see that there's now a human-sized gap in the wall. I'm going to make my changes now to the wall. Oh, that was not the right thing. Terrain. There we go. And one there. Let's do it this way. What happens if I do it this way? Okay, that goes away. Oh goodness, that's not going to do what I... Well, that kind of stinks. Well, I'll just have to move your tokens over. There's a human-sized hole in the wall.
Okay. Excuse me.
It's because of the way I drew these lines. It's one long line that goes around the entire thing. So I can't actually take out one little gap, unfortunately. I did not realize that until now. I thought I would be able to, but apparently.
Okay, so
Can you put a door there?
there's a hole.
The door, while I can draw the door there, it will not override the terrain part that's there.
Okay.
So I have a feeling we'll be on this map again next week, so I'll have it fixed by then. So that is open. As it opens, however, oh, come on. Why is this happening to me? Where's this open at? Now, can they? Nope, they can't. Close it back. All right, so this is variable 4, 5, and 6. I'll just have to drag them to where I need them at, because they can't cross that terrain for some reason. As it opens up, you see ferrogruels begin to pour out of the opening. One of them runs into the fence, the laser fence. It hits it. However, the fence dies off on the right-hand side as this ferrogruel crosses through all 4 lanes at the same time. And then as it falls dead on the other side, this is 4. As it falls dead on the other side, the fence returns to its full strength.
Okay.
Was that just this section, or did it look like the whole fence?
Well, on the right-hand side of it, like all the way up the right-hand side, it failed.
Got it.
So at this point, so think, have either one of you done anything with electrical fences?
Aside
No.
from almost getting zapped by one or two of them? No.
Yeah, I've been zapped, but that's about it. Sometimes it zaps you right off, and sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, I know that kind. That is a pulse fence. There are some that are just on always, and there's some that are pulsing. So the way this fence is set up, you have your four, and we'll just do two for right now because that will be enough to demonstrate the idea. You have your lines there. And the way, so like when I did one for my dog, you would activate, you'd put the actual power on one side, and then it'd run, it'd hit one side, and it'd curve around and come back and go on the other side. So if you end up having a break right here, that would make the rest of this turn off
Mm-hmm.
all the way around to where the break was. And so only up to the break still has power. So if you go with the idea of four lines and somebody stops it right here, all three of those, the other three lines at the bottom are now dead. Now, being that the
Mm-hmm.
school came through and disrupted all four lines, you're not sure of anything except that the power is coming from this side, because from where he was at, so he was right here, all of this cut out.
Okay. Well,
So the only thing that can confirm is that the power comes from the left side somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
right. Let's see, read that again.
Excuse me. The other feral ghouls, having seen what happened to their companion, they're aware enough that they do not cross through the electric fence or the laser fence.
Okay. I'm out of luck, but looks like I'm making my own. So, I'm gonna try and use Radiant Mind Link.
Aha. Okay. I know I wrote that perk, but I still need to pull it up to get a refresher here. Basic or enhanced?
I think I'm gonna need to use the enhanced version.
Mhm. Hold on, I don't remember if I put a roll. I know there's supposed to be a roll in there, but I don't know if I documented it here. Yeah, stronger willed creatures potentially resisting. So I think I was not quite sure what skills to use, which is why it's not documented. So it's going to be your intelligence for sure. Is there intelligence and speech?
So speed, survival.
Actually, you know what? You know what? In this particular case, survival, because these guys, they're feral ghouls. They're not intelligent. They operate on survival instinct only. So it's going to be survival and intelligence is your combination. They are, let me pull up their stat sheet. Yeah, they are very low. So it's going to be an actual difficulty of 0 to do this. So you just need to get at least one success on it.
Okay.
And then you'll be generating action points for anything beyond that. Or, well, even for that one success, it generates an action point.
I'm gonna need 2 successes because of fatigue, but...
Oh, to generate the action point, yes, but not to succeed at controlling them.
Yes. And... Alright. Since I'm gonna want them to try and swamp the pole, would that actually affect the difficulty?
No, this roll that you're doing is just to create that link.
Okay.
And if you
All right.
succeed at creating the link, then you can actually just command them to do anything you want to without any further rolls.
Okay. That was just
3 successes. So 1 action point because you got the 1, and then 2 with the fatigue gets you an action point, and the 1 is kind of wasted.
yeah.
All right, so you are now connected to these 2 feral ghouls. They will obey your command. They are of a low enough intelligence to where there's quite literally nothing you cannot tell them to do.
All right. I'm gonna have them go and try to hit that pole.
Okay. I will caution you and remind you of this before you just outright tell them to go. Think about what happened to the other ghoul. It got caught in there. You saw the fence go down temporarily, but that ghoul is like gone. Everything else that has touched this thing has exploded. In this particular case, the ghoul didn't explode like the rock and the metal pole did, but it was very quickly gooified. So the fence was not down long. Just keep that in mind.
Right. As I'm trying to get them to do that, I also tell Jack and Bane, Slash and Bane, like, you have 3 seconds. Get to the other side.
Okay. Jack, are you also going to try and get across at that same moment? Okay. Then we're going to set it as a difficulty 2 because you're planning. I was going to go 3, but you're planning. You're like limiting yourself to 3 seconds. Are you commanding both ghouls to go or just one of them?
Both of them, and try to basically have them bear hug it.
Okay. Then yeah, difficulty of 2 is going to be athletics, agility to get across and be up against the wall on the other side before the fence returns to its normal strength. So you guys get lined up like right next to inches from the laser, and then Jack gives this command to the feral ghouls. They rush the pole. The first one gets in front of the pole. The laser shuts down off to the right-hand side, and you begin moving across, and the other ghoul gets behind the first one as the first begins to gooify, and gives you just enough time to get across if you succeed at your skill checks here. So, athletics, agility from Jack, Slash, and Bane, please.
All right. Oh, ouch. Well. Slash.
Oh,
Slash.
damn. Okay. So, how many successes are needed?
2.
Somebody's got to make it. Damn it. Oh, I got it.
Got it. Barely.
Your mother's voice comes into your head. Language, young man. Language.
Sorry. I was like, oh, I didn't think the 8 was going to make it, so I was like, that one just going to slip out. All right, so one of us made it through without getting...
Well,
what?
Technically, you're all potentially, maybe. Difficulty is now at 3. Well, no, we'll keep it at 2. We'll keep it at 2 because you've already you know what you're doing. You're anticipating all this. So Jack and Bane, once again, another athletics, agility. This time it's a saving throw instead of just a skill throw.
Uh-huh.
Also, forewarning, direct contact with the laser is a much higher dice count for damage.
All right, so I got that much.
Jack, you get across. You're going to take half damage from the lasers.
Right. We may be losing Bane. Oh.
All right. Here's the damage for Jack. This is half damage of direct contact with the laser.
13. No. 5. Hey.
5.
Okay, that's
reduced by your torso energy reduction.
Okay, so that's fine.
Bane.
Energy.
What the dog do?
2. Okay.
20 dice is the full damage of a direct contact with the laser fence. That's 14 damage to Bane minus any energy dampening he has.
I think it was what, 2?
Yeah, he was already at 5, so. And I was gonna try and feed him something, but forgot to do so.
So he is exactly at 17.
Okay, well.
His body gets through. His body is through on the other side. And he's clinging to life.
Stem.
Will stem help?
4. Yeah, stem pack will help him.
Okay.
And
I'll do the same.
Okay, you're doing the same. Okay.
I'm just gonna find stem pack.
So 13.
There it is.
To start with, I don't remember. I know when we did stim packs in our other one, they had diminishing returns. Do they still do that?
I think you actually did that, but.
Oh, you talking about in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah.
Well, we had I did the Genesis version of Fallout.
Yeah, and you were doing that there too.
It doesn't say anything like that. I don't know.
I don't think it does in the actual game. I think there was just something at some point in time that like I read another GM did it, or maybe that's what I got from oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. If we did it before, we're going to retro fix that. We're not going to do diminishing returns anymore on them.
All right.
It's too hard to keep up with. Since it's not fully. If we did do it, I didn't document it. So we're not going to do that anymore. So he gets the full effect of 2 stim packs.
Okay.
And Fairgirl 5 and 6 are both dead. No, that's not the ghoul. Here's the ghoul. 8. Remove both of them. They were completely disintegrated along with all of their gear because they bear hugged.
Yep.
The thing.
Actually. Yep.
And you guys are able to cross over into the other side. Forgive the flickering and everything. You were technically on top of the walkway for a moment there as I dragged you through it. And you're now on this side. On this side, the water is much easier to cross over.
Is there a bridge there?
Yeah, directly in front of you is a bridge. But the water in general on this side, even without the bridge, is easier to cross over. It's seems to have been dug down deeper here, further indicating that it was never intended to actually be touching the laser fence on the outside. but there's just so much water coming out now that that did happen.
Is that a building? Oh, it is a building. I see a door.
I'm sorry, the water is flowing into the facility on this one. It's outward
Okay.
on the radioactive, it's into on this one. So, yes, you do see buildings. You got a ruined hydroponics farm there. This here had something to do with some kind of water irrigation system. Some water tanks here. And of course, the pond of water right here it was very obviously being used to feed the hydroponics farm. All right.
So I'm looking at the greenhouse.
Yes.
Okay. So is it growing anything?
Nothing that you recognize as edible.
Excuse me.
The plants have some very weird looks to them because the water that's coming into it, that's being fed into it, it's all connected to that water that is being electrified by the laser fence on the outside.
Okay.
But the pipes being used to funnel the water in, funnily enough, is actually insulated pipes, so they're not conducting electricity. It's just inside the water.
Ionizing the water, making it weird.
Yeah.
Distilled, or maybe.
All right. The map is going to disappear for a moment. You're now on level 2 of the map. Certain things have gone away. Well, I guess the thing I wanted to change. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're on the ground floor now. You've been able to cross in. My walls are not working. There we go. You have that door there in front of you there, / that will let you get into the. We'll go and open it right now. That lets you see the. Oh, the word is gone now. I used it twice earlier.
Greenhouse.
It's just gone. Greenhouse.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's water, right? Hydroponics. There we go.
Yeah, hydroponics. Yeah, but yeah, greenhouse works too.
Mhm.
The door was open. I do apologize. The door was open by the time you got here.
Okay.
And you figure that maybe that's where the feral ghouls came from.
Okay.
So
And feed
um
then
so Flash is kind of brave with some foods. If it's a vegetable and it looks edible, he might actually go eat one.
No, there wasn't any.
Okay.
Like it's all.
So there's nothing. All right.
Not yeah. The plants are all brown. The map is deceiving. I did
Got
not
it.
create
All right.
this map. I found it. It's a great map, but it does not. Certain parts of it do not convey the wasteland the way I wanted to, but otherwise it's still a great map. So everything in there is
All
just brown, nothing edible, nothing that you would want to try and eat anyway.
Okay.
And yeah, so and all the plants just they look extra weird because they've been getting ionized water, electrified water instead of plain water.
Okay. On the map, there's a Protectron way up in the north. I can see, but I barely can see it. I think.
Yeah, that's far enough away they don't notice you.
Gotcha.
Jack, you had something you were trying to say a minute ago?
just working through trying to heal up Bane. Gave him some Mirelurk meat and kind of I have some Fancy Lad's snack cake, but I'm not positive he would even will eat it, but mostly because it's like
I
really
got potted
sugary and
meat.
sweet.
I got some potted meat.
Yeah, but my dog used
Potted
to love
meat.
potted meat.
Yeah, it has a 6 heal, but 2 radiation. Yeah.
He's down to 3 damage, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, next time you need some potted meat.
As far as the Fancy Lad cakes, he would potentially eat it. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
Okay, well.
If that's doing like the 3 that you want.
Yeah, that's fun. So, feed that to him, and it's 1 radiation check for that, 1 for the Mirelurk meat, and 1 for the snack cake.
All right. So
I guess he gets that 1 radiation because that is an effect, if nothing else.
Yeah.
We should also, since you guys leveled up, and it's an even number, your companions get 1 HP. So Bane goes to 18, and Betsy also goes to 18.
58? What?
18.
Oh, okay. All right. I misheard you there. I was trying to make sure.
And then next level will be an odd level, which means you get other benefits for them. All right. So I'm actually we're about 20 minutes from the normal starting to wind down point, or 20 minutes from like cutoff time. And unless you guys are going to explore things directly to you, depending on where you're wanting to go right now, we may want to go ahead and start to wind it down now, because a lot of where potential combat or NPCs are at, it's going to be a lot of either a lot of combat or a lot of role playing.
So
there's more
why
than
don't we
20
leave
minutes.
that for next session?
All right.
Yeah. I don't see any other doors really right around us, anyhow.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Outside of the greenhouse.
The greenhouse, there's one building directly above you to the north as well, but that gets really close to a potential sighting for the Protectron.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay,
we'll
I
do
see.
that.
Yeah, but that's just a little shack too.
Yeah, I don't remember what's in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying it just looks like a little small room. So
yeah, so at this point, you have basically dealt with the NPCs that were in the greenhouse itself. So you get through part of this encounter, but there's a lot more to it. This is one of the larger maps we've done. So you got a lot to explore here, and there's a lot of potential for this location as well.
Can I argue that this is a different scene?
No. This scene will continue next week. Let's go and switch over to chat here so that we can display our next session. We'll be on the 25th. We had skipped last Saturday, so we got this Saturday and next Saturday. Be here again at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, where we'll pick up where we're at. The scene will continue, so your fatigue will stay. I know that's what you were trying to.
I know. I just when you can't
Yeah, well, and our luck is going to stay the same too, so.
Yes, it is. So
I didn't. I only used one luck, so.
Yeah, and I'm SOL, so.
Yeah, but
hey, it happens. It's part of the mechanics. Makes
Yep.
it interesting.
if we get into combat, just generate some AP,
As
and
often as we can get away with it, yes.
because I have the oh geez, that's going to be hard because of the
Uh-huh.
tag. Damn it!
Yep.
So I got Action Boy. So I can do another action and it doesn't penalize me. But getting the action points is going to be fun.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I figured this is an easy step into introducing all the survival elements.
Oh yeah. No.
Uh,
I don't mind. Doing things like that. That's makes it interesting. So now we're like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Damn water.
Yeah, that was a little bit too much fun.
all
It's a
right.
puzzle. Oh.
And that ate my luck.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
not all of your luck helped you out. You didn't luck out with your luck.
No.
All right.
Eh,
Well, thank you all for
happens.
watching. We'll see you here again next week. We'll also see you here tomorrow for our next, or technically the third session of D&D. However, I missed the second session because I was at Comic-Con in Stockholm. But tomorrow is the third session of the D&D run by Slash or the GM Germ, where I get to play. Jack is playing his character. We have two other players with us on D&D as well. So look forward to that. Also at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.